I'm going to show you an advanced content strategy we've used to take this channel from zero to multi six figures in closed revenue in under 60 days. It starts by understanding how he gets the majority of his customers now. How this guy's done it has been long form YouTube, sending people to a webinar, closing on the webinar. And he's been doing that for years on a different channel and a big wealth base, on a big finance channel. He started a new offer that's much nicher for a higher end audience. So we started the second channel, and virtually instantly we've gotten 5,000 almost subscribers, 1 million views, and the channel itself is already producing revenue. But I'm going to show you a really advanced tactic that we've used, starting with what we do is where we send the traffic. So everything on content is packaging for the ICP and then the actual density of the information. And so people say you want to niche down to make the maximum revenue. And that is true to a point. I think the content itself should be super niche. And he's talking the most high level wealth building strategies that most people don't know. So these videos are not going to get 10 million views, but the way you packages it is still for max TAM. You're still trying to get as many people possible as watching, because YouTube is reading the entire transcript. It knows everything about the video and it knows who to send it to. You just have to make sure that that ICP clicks it. But it's not just about the packaging, it's about the density of the material. So we go from we record with Mark every other week for 2 hours. So he records for 4 hours per month. So far, we've closed multi six figures. We'll be doing 7 figures a quarter. And what we started with was just sending all YouTube traffic to the end screen call to action to the webinar replay that we have unlisted on YouTube. So instead of taking people off YouTube and sending them to the webinar, we took the webinar that he did, edited it to make it evergreen, and send all traffic there. So what do you get? 6,000 people watch the webinar. I mean, everyone knows if you have 6,000 people that watches a webinar, that's a lot. So what does his funnel look like? It goes from normal video that is very prime for the ICP. The end screen call to action is if you wanted to own your own wealth operating system, watch this video here, and then they click on this video. This does 2 things. One, it keeps people on YouTube. If you want to grow your YouTube, you need people to binge your channel. When someone watches 1 video, what if you can get them to watch 2, 3 videos? That signals to YouTube's algorithm that your channel is incredible and it is going to give you way more impressions, which is going to get you more views, which is going to hopefully make you more revenue. So instead of taking people off the platform onto the webinar, why do you take people off the webinar? Just keep them on YouTube and unlisted. And then what we do is we send them straight to an application form and book a call. So let me just show you the actual funnel. So going from super nurtured, you watch a 20-minute video and then you watch an hour-long video to book a call. So it's going straight to application. And then book a call, obviously sales calls, the goal to close. But how do you take this information and improve the metrics? Because we closed 6 figures just from this strategy. But if you look at the data, you're going to see, hey, this is where the pitch is, and only 7% of people are getting to the pitch compared to a webinar that's usually 30, 40%. I think that's because when people are on YouTube, their mental state is a little bit different. When you sign up for something, when you put it on their calendar and you read all the pre-emails and SMS campaigns, you show up for a webinar ready to go. So we said, how can we change this to increase conversions? Because I think conversions would be higher if more people heard the pitch. So we started to A/B test. We started to send half the traffic to the webinar, half the traffic to the VSL. Before, there was a video sales letter on the landing page if you're sending normal traffic to it, and we stripped that and we also posted it on YouTube. And so that's this video. This video is literally just a VSL. That's all it is. And so now we're split testing, sending part traffic, actually, because the data and we started to kind of conclude it, we started to send most of the traffic to this VSL that's 11 minutes long and gets to the sales pitch, and way more people hear it. So now we have 50% of people that are actually hearing the sales pitch, getting on the call with the same degree of nurture because they've already watched other videos. So are we done there? No. The next step is we're still getting 1 million views from these other videos, and only a small fraction of the people are clicking on the end screen and actually watching the next video. Why don't we try and get some of the leaky buckets of the other people that are passively watching the content? So we're going to A/B test sending people to the webinar replay versus the VSL to the application page. And we're going to see which one books more appointments, but also which one has a higher close rate and if there's a massive difference there. Our suspicion, because this A/B test isn't concluded yet, this one is getting more leads, but will it get more sales? Because someone that watches the full webinar is going to be further nurtured. So we don't know yet. But once we know, I guess we'll have to report back. But we're going to be A/B testing, putting in a lead magnet into most of the videos. Because if you see a video like this that gets 80,000 views, let's see how many people actually click the end screen. Only 4.5% of people that made it to the end clicked and took action on the end screen. Well, what about the 88,000? If we had a if we had a 3-minute call to action for a free lead magnet, and then we could follow up with those people, have the SMS and the dialers and the sales reps contacting these people, trying to get them on the phone, what would the close rate be on those leads that we otherwise wouldn't have gotten? And so that's the other thing that we're A/B testing to see, how do we maximize revenue and leads? But all of that starts from traffic, which is why having the best packaging, like look at this is broad package, like this is quasi broad packaging, but it's interesting to everyone. What I wish before making my first million, unethical, but works great. Okay, well, this is interesting to someone that's rich. It's also interesting to someone that wants to be rich. Same thing with all these videos. This is a super dense, super niche video on you can't retire if you only invest in assets. And then it's 3 wealth engines based on what this guy is talking about. And so that's just from YouTube. Socials, there's a different strategy to send people to the actual webinar because he's still doing a monthly webinar. But this is trying to get out of the webinar rat race of doing one every single month through a different channel, making it more evergreen, getting more consistent sales. The way that you would apply this for yourself is first understand, where do you get most of your conversions? Is it a VSL? Is it a call funnel? What is the funnel that converts? His was long form YouTube to a webinar. So it's the same psychology, because it's not just because someone on a webinar means they're going to buy. No, it's the content and you mentally reframing their brain that is getting them to purchase. So all you need is to have them hear that information. So how could you have that same thing be organic that actually elevates you and makes it to where you're providing more value to the audience? Because then people come ready to purchase 1,000,000 times better. And we run different funnels for different clients, but this is one that's been working really well. Just a webinar self-fulfilling YouTube flywheel strategy.